Welcome back to another edition of the 419 Outdoors. Today is a solo camping day. It's a special day. I'm headed to the 10th campsite of 10 campsites. So I'm gonna get walking down the hill and get to the campsite and get all set up. So let's get moving. I got some new gear to try out. Let's go try it. Alright, we're at the junction, campsite 2, get to take a left, off we go. Alright, so before I get to the campsite, let's take a pause and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Ring the notification bell so you're aware when new videos come out. Give the video a like, and let's press on. We have arrived. This is campsite 2. Looks good. So far so good. And I definitely have all of the water I'll need. For sure. It's always nice not to have to carry water. So let's get in here and check out the campsite. Right, here's the entrance right here behind me. So we're going to do a quick little spin around and view the campsite. And then we'll get to work. This is the creek right behind me here. Nice table and plenty of forest to explore, and that covers it. So I'm gonna get my pack hung, get some things out, and I'll be back. Ta-da! Okay, as promised, we're going to be testing out some new gear today. One of those items happens to be my sleeping pad. Just got it literally 2 days ago. It is the Big Agnes Insulated Air Core Ultra. This pad is 20 by 72. It is 4 inches by 8 inches. It weighs 1 pound 3 ounces, so it's really lightweight. It is 3 1/4 to 3 1/2 inches thick, and its R value is 4.5. So this is a colder weather sleeping pad, which it's not going to be today. Unfortunately, only about 57 overnight, so womp womp womp. But anyway, we're going to try it out, see how comfortable it is. I'm more than sure it's going to keep me warm in almost 60-degree weather, so I'm not really trying that factor out at the moment. We're going to give the Big Agnes sleeping pad a go, see what happens. So we'll get back to this thing a little later on. I'm about to head out foraging, and before I go, I wanted to show you another couple of new pieces of gear to me that I'm going to take with me and put them to use and give them some testing. The first item up is the Pathfinder Haversack. Now when I stay out here, I go and do a lot of resource walking, and I'm always finding pockets to put things in, and I finally broke down and bought a Haversack. This will be extremely useful for carrying anything, finding fat wood, finding mushrooms, whatever. I don't have to find another pocket to put it in. I'm running out of pockets. So this is definitely a convenient carry case. So I'll give you a quick view of what's in here. It's not much. Not looking to carry the whole bag. I might as well carry the bag. First thing in here is my Swiss Army knife. Get splinters out there, I have tweezers, etc., etc. The next thing in here is cordage, about 50 feet. I guess I need to wrap firewood, whatever the case would be. I got some cord. The next item is my silky saw. I've probably used this almost more than anything that I have, so that definitely goes. My favorite, plastic bags. Store my mushrooms, store what berries, whatever it would be, whatever it is that I can find. So I have a way to carry it without making a mess all over the inside of my bag. Next is a twofer. Pair of gloves. Hands are delicate, so to speak. You only got 2. And inside there is my compass. So I can take an azimuth reading before I walk out of here and follow it back if I would need to. Compass, gloves. The next piece of gear I want to talk about is one I was very excited to get. Came in the mail about 2 days ago, and I got it unwrapped and had a moment. This is the Gransfors Bruk small forest axe. It is outstanding. The price is expensive, but this is outstanding. Between the handle, the head, the manufacturing, everything. What makes this axe unique is, and I'm not sure if you can see it or have seen it already, but there is no stamping in the head or bit of the axe. I've been in contact with the distributor and Gransfors Bruk themselves in Sweden about this. They assured me it does happen. It is an anomaly, but it is the real deal. No qualms about that. So the distributor that I bought it from, I have emailed back and forth on their Sheldon Hill Forestry. Great people. I've emailed them back and forth, and they offered to have it shipped back to them and send me another one. In all honesty, I really like this. Even the grain in the handle, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it's beautiful. And this doesn't happen very often, as is my understanding. So this axe, to me, the value of it to me is high. So I kind of want to keep this, as it's not something that happens every day, not something you find every day. So I like those sorts of things. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this. probably purchase another one that's stamped correctly and things like that. But it's such a beautiful axe, and not having the stampings on it does not affect the performance of this whatsoever. So it's not affecting functionality. So I am excited to get this out and give it a try today. So let's go. All right, walking along the trail, we come across this downed tree, and it has a branch right here. It runs all the way up there. This is going to make for great firewood. It looks like it's been down for a long while, and it's a pretty good excuse to use my axe. So let's give that a go and see what it takes. Work like a charm with fairly minimal effort. Very lightweight, really easy to swing, nice in the hand. I'm pretty happy with the results. So let's trek on, and I'll be back to pick this up later. One of the things an axe has to do really well for me to own it is split firewood. It doesn't have to be big pieces. Something like this is perfectly fine, but it's definitely got to be able to do the job. No better way than to test it, I guess. Need I say more? Here we go. Yes, I think it works. Let's go through it one-handed, because it's fairly comfortable one-handed, so let's give it a go. I'm convinced. Alright, so my final thoughts on this axe are a definite 2 thumbs up. Between lightweight, fantastic quality, ease of handling, comfortability, and the actual usage of the tool. It doesn't perform like it's supposed to. And absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it definitely does. So I'm very happy with this. So a big thank you to Kylene at customer service and all the guys at the distributor. You know, it's kind of like work collecting firewood. I think I should take a break. Next on the agenda is to get some water to be able to cook with here in a little bit. So I'm going to utilize the creek to my advantage. I didn't backpack any water into camp today, so I'm going to use my Grail GeoPress to go collect up some water. And it's within, like, I don't know, 20 feet of camp, so if I got to go do this later on, again, no big deal. But I have some fresh water on hand ready to go. So let's take a walk. Okay, we're actually going to take a walk down here just a little bit so we can come out here on the rocks and get some water that's been passing through the rocks. So I'm looking for a spot that's deep enough to get my bottle in at an angle and to be able to collect water. I'm also putting my bottle in with the flow of the water rather than cupping against it. It seems counterintuitive, however, this will help to prevent dirt and debris from entering your cup. So let's get some cup and make some good water. Alright, let's give it a press. Alright, now I just take the lid off. You really only need to turn it from dot to dot. I'll just take it off, no big deal. Set it down in. 2 hands, one on either side, pushing straight down. and we're done. We got our water. Let's get back to camp. I figure I might as well get the sleep system set up before it gets too much later in the day and I get to start cooking and all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get the big Agnes insulated air core ultra pad out, inflated, ready to go, and move on from there. So let's get started. Okay, there it is, unrolled in my Nature Hike Clawed Up one person tent. And I definitely have some room there, and there is some room at the front left as well. Like I said, it is the 20 by 72 version. It comes brand new with the stuff sack, of course, a patch and repair kit and instructions, and an inflation sack. And on the right you can see the inflation one-way check valve and the deflation ports right there. So let's attach the stuff sack and blow it up. Okay, in order to attach the fill sack to the air pad, you open the valve, the one-way check valve cover, open the cover on the stuff sack here, and then put the two together like so. So now I'm gonna take the air fill sack, open it up, just give it a breath, trap it, roll it, push the air into the bag, and then just repeat that, just like that. Here we are, totally inflated. It is completely erect. 3 1/4 in the inside, 3 1/2 on the outside. R value 4.5. Supposedly good for side sleepers, which I am. Okay. Now I definitely expect to sleep really well. Right now it's cool. Maybe just a small one. It's pretty comfy. To go on top of the sleeping pad, I'm going with the Kelty Mistral 40-degree bag, which tonight being about 60 will be plenty. Maybe a little less. I would anticipate about 55, but either way, this sleeping bag will be plenty. The final piece to the puzzle is my Sea to Summit Aeros pillow. There we are, all blown up, ready to go. Let's give that a toss in here. Let's see how good my aim is. I should have been in the Olympics. Alright, I am ready to get some food in my belly. So I'm gonna use my BRS stove and just heat up some water this way for the food rather than making a fire. Today we are having the Alpine Air Southwest style mesa with beef. Assuming I said that correctly, actually. It smells really good. Usually if they smell good, they taste good. Don't eat that. Come on, water. Alright, my water is to an excellent boil, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off. Alright, now the fun part. Going to add our 2 cups of water into our bag, stir it, close it, wait impatiently. So, the question is, can I do this without spilling it? The answer is likely no. So, here goes something or nothing. Just like that. Alright, now it gets to sit for About 12 minutes. I always go the max because can't hurt. Should be all cooked by now. Let's give it a shot. This bad boy up. Yep, that's good. I'm gonna sit here and scarf. I'll catch you all a little bit later. Alright, the sun's getting real low in the sky, big guy. So it's time to get the fire lit. I have my fat wood and my striker ready to go. Get the knife out and make it happen, Captain. I know it's getting kind of hard to see with the darkness here through the video camera. So I'm about to call it a night. Gonna enjoy some fire, relax, and count some Z's. Good morning. It was a good night. Didn't really get all that cold. Definitely stayed warm. I suppose it's time to... I better get up and have some coffee and get camp packed up and be ready to go. Okay, I'll get up. We're heading out of camp, hiking back up to the car, up the hill. So I guess it's time for my final thoughts as this brings a close to my 10 campsite challenge this summer. This being site number 10. Not literally, it's site number 2, but whatever. Anyway, this may not be everything, as I'm sure I'll think of something clever when I get to the car, but just this is what's coming up for me right now. It is a fantastic place to primitive camp or inconvenient camp. Sites are mostly taken care of, mostly by campers. There's always something different with this site every time you go. Somebody's built something and left something. Somebody left food at this past campsite here. So you never know. Like, there's always going to be something. And always try to do better for the next camper. Leave them firewood. Leave a clean site. Whatever you can do to help the environment and to pay it forward to the camper after you. Trails are excellent, fairly easy to walk, except for the hills. The scenery is fantastic. There are resources everywhere. Water, however, is limited to only a few of the campsites, so that's kind of a downer. But whatever. A gallon of water will get you a night. Or that's how it does for me. It gets me a night, so not really that big a deal if I have to carry a gallon of water. It is a kind of a far drive for me, but obviously it's worth it if I've done it this many times. There's typically an abundance of firewood as you're just using down dead wood. I look at it like we're maintaining the forest, cleaning it up, making it better by getting rid of firewood. I realize some places don't do that, and I'll never understand why. I mean, why not have your campers clean up your camp for you, or your forest, or your woods, or whatever? Like, let them do the work. They don't mind. The campsites are big enough to accommodate between 4 and 9 people, depending on the site. The farthest site from where you park is right around a mile, give or take just a few. So you're not looking at very, very long walks. Just enough to make you remember that you're carrying a decent amount of weight with you, depending on how long you're staying, of course. I guess all in all, what I'm saying is whether it's a solo trip for you or a family type outing to go camping, it's worth the drive. It's worth the hike. Come check it out. Mohican Memorial Forest. It's where it's at. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate your views and your support. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and like the video. And I'll catch you all next time.